This is Mrs. Rodriguez, and I'm going to take a few minutes for us to review the query design window. Of course, most of you or all of you should be familiar with the query design window because we have used it multiple times in our class environment. But hopefully this video will help you to get a clearer understanding of the parts of the query design window. Let's start with the design grid, and that is this area at the bottom of the query design window. So the bottom part of the query design view is called the design grid. It contains a table that lists all of the fields included in the query. Within this table, you can set criteria to specify which information the query should retrieve. The fields and table names. The first row of the design grid contains the names of the fields included in the query. Directly beneath each field name is the name of the table that the field belongs to. So if we look here, there is the field first name that is coming from the customer's table, and also last name, which is also coming from the customer's table. Now the last name field has something that the other fields do not have. In the sort row, it has the word ascending. You can sort the data retrieved by the query simply by clicking in the sort row of the field you want to sort and selecting either ascending or descending sort. But keep in mind, by default, query results are not sorted. So we are sorting the results of this query in ascending order of the last name field. You may want to include fields in your design or the design of your query, but hide them in the query results. To hide the field, uncheck the checkbox Show in the row of the field. So here, this particular query is not going to show the results of the street address field because that box has been unchecked. Let's look at the criteria. Entering query criteria lets you specify exactly what type of information you want the query to retrieve. Simply type the desired query in the criteria row of the field you want to search. So here, the criteria has been set so that our query will give us the results or show us the records where the city is Raleigh. We have an additional criteria here in the zip code field, but it's in a different row than the Raleigh. So this query is going to show us the zip codes 27513. But because this is in a different row, the query results will show all of the records where the city is Raleigh, or all of the records where the zip code is 27513. It's a little bit different than putting the criteria on the same row. If the criteria were put on the same row, then it will find you all of the records where the city is Raleigh and the zip code is 27513. So the results are a little bit different. So be careful when you're filling in your query criteria to make sure that you're putting your criteria on the row that you desire to see the results from. Here at the top, we have our relationship pane. So all of the tables you choose to include in your query will appear as small windows in the object relationship pane. Each window contains a list of every available field within that table. You can actually create a query that is pulling fields from multiple tables. Now, we won't do that until you get to grade 10, but it's just good for you to know. This area, the object relationship pane, shows you your table and your list of available fields. So of course, once you would have typed in your query criteria and you've checked what you want to show and don't show, you've decided how you wanted to sort your query, whether it's in ascending or descending order of a particular field, it would be now time to run your query. The run command is what you would click after you have designed your query. This is going to allow you to view the results of your query in a table. And we also have the option to view. When we click the view drop-down arrow to switch into another view of your query, in most cases, you will only need to use two main views. The datasheet view, which of course shows you a table view of your results. The design view, which will show you the query design window. The datasheet view lets you view your query results in the form of a table. And the design view feature here allows you to view and modify the design of your query. And always remember that after you run the query, if you're not happy with the results, you can view the query in design view, modify your criteria, and then run your query again. So I hope this allowed you to have a clearer understanding of the parts of the query design window. The next lesson, we're going to talk more about the different types of query criteria.